I voted for T.O.
Thank you.
Yes, I voted for T.O. And I also voted for him last year as a first ballot because, I'm just going by what I have seen him do on the football field. And they ask us to leave character out of it. So if we're leaving character out of it, he's a Hall of Famer. I thought he was a first ballot Hall of Famer, and I for sure thought he should have been in this year.
I heard the argument of obviously his stats are there, but people looked at how he was portrayed and treated his teammates and
Right.
that whole side of T.O. And I heard the argument of on the radio the other day, somebody was talking about Michael Irvin and the fact that he was that way in more of a positive manner.
Yeah.
His ability to, get that team where it needed to be, to get his teammates where they needed to be was a huge part of him. So T.O. is kind of the opposite of that. So if you take that into account with somebody like Michael Irvin, do you take the negative into account with T.O.? And if I had a vote, I probably would have voted for T.O. because I think similar to the way you do in that he did it on the field and really at the end of the day that's probably what matters most.
Would you have voted for him, Dan?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the guy who's second all-time in receiving yards
Yeah.
has to be in the Hall of Fame. And look, Randy Moss is coming up next year.
Right.
Are we gonna revisit this same issue with Randy Moss?
Right.
I mean, he wasn't always a stellar teammate.
Yeah.
He admitted.
Faked mooning the fans in Green Bay that got Joe Buck all riled up. I mean,
Right.
he wasn't exactly an upstanding citizen all the time either. So, I mean, are we gonna have to revisit this with all these guys?
Well, you know what? I don't think Randy will have the uphill climb that Terrell does. There is a lot of anti-Terrell sentiment in that room. I mean, it's just that's just the reality of the situation, and I do think that he's got a long way to go. But there were some really great arguments on both sides. And it did get heated.
Ray Lewis is also eligible next year, and I mean, we could get into things with Ray Lewis as to why that should be complicated too. And Terrell Owens doesn't have that stuff,
right?
That sort of thing.
Where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? In my mind, it's either you leave character out of it or you bring it into it. And I don't think there's a whole big, huge gray area. Although this did turn into a gray area, and it was this. If you are disruptive in the locker room, does that impact and spill over onto the field? And I'm calling BS on that. I don't care. Show me what you do on the football field. And the teams that he played for, the winning percentage, I think the proof is in the pudding.